we are back with another video podcast. Jesus Christ, I almost wrote myself. Okay, continuing on. Video podcast. And now, today, finally, our first official, like that was the introduction I took. It was episode 0. Episode 1. And I'm excited for this. Like, a lot, like, I'm a lot excited. Okay, continuing on. First episode, right? Episode 1, and here, finally, it's here. After some time, it's finally here. Episode 1, and in this episode, we will be talking about the plane crash that happened in South Korea. Like it was probably like 2 weeks ago right now. Explaining what happened. I'll be explaining 3 things actually. I will be explaining what happened, like from the beginning to the end. My theories. There's no actually theories because we already know what happened. I won't say right now. I'll say later. But yeah, and the last one, survivors. What the survivors said, and yeah, basically that. So let's start with the first one. I'm just gonna first of all, I'm gonna give you guys a brief example. Okay, well, like what a briefly what happened, and then I'll go into more detail and I'll say it like better, probably properly, very properly in detail. Okay. And I'm saying with all due respect, I don't mean any kind of suspicion, investigation, nothing like that. I'm just telling the fact, like just telling what happened, and just really summoning for people if they need help finding it. And if you do find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. That's not very important. I just want you guys to see my videos. That makes me happy. That's all. Let's start. So this is gonna be no brief example. This is gonna be this is gonna be the everything in detail. First one, what happened from the beginning to the end. Okay, so on December 29th, 2024, Jeju Airline flight to 2216, a Boeing 737-800 crashed at Moai International Airport in South Korea, resulting in 179 casualties, with 2 survivors. The aircraft arrived from Bangkok, attempting an emergency landing after the pilot reported a bird strike that impaired the landing gear. So basically, I forgot the timing, but that I'll tell you later. But on that timing, the pilot said mid-bay, bird strike, and that's the last thing that they heard from it. But they were giving an order, and the cell tower, they were giving an order for them to go, like doing a full turn, and then which resulted in the landing gear. That didn't result in the landing gear disposing, but the bird strike resulted in the landing gear getting destroyed potentially. That's what they're saying, but yeah, and then that's when they glided. So if they actually glided through, I'm gonna do this more later, but then like in the theories one, but if they did actually go sliding down, it would be fine. But the thing that resulted in the casualty was mainly because of the brick wall. Brick, or it was a structure of probably, it was like it as it seems, it's like just dirt and yeah, cement like that. So that's the casual. That was one of the main reasons of the casualty that happened on that day. It was because of that thing, the wall. If the wall wasn't there, there would be a chance the aircraft you would just glide through smoothly with minor injuries. During the landing, the plane skipped off at the runway and collided with the cement concrete wall, which was not documented in the airport charts, was mistaken by the pilots as dirt mound. During the landing, the plane skipped off the runway and collided with the cement wall. Well, when which the document the in airplane charts was mistaken by pilots as dirt mount. Impact caused the aircraft to buzz and into flames, leading to the high casualty count. Investigations are going on, focusing on the factors such as the bird strike, the maintained record. The crash has promoted security of Jeju Airlines safety preference, especially considering the airline's rapid growth and high aircraft utilization rates. The crash has promoted a security of Jeju airline safety practices, especially considering the airline's rapid growth and high aircraft utilization rates before the crash happened. In response, South Korea authorities have expanded inspections of all Boeing 737-800 jets in the country, all of South Korea, to ensure complies with safety standards, which means every Boeing 737-800 is being inspected carefully by the South Korean authorities everywhere in South Korea. Okay, now we ended the brief example of what happened, like the whole thing. Now let's get in more detailed and more specific stuff. Now the first one. Now, before I start the thorough, detailed explanation, I would like to say yes, I am looking at my phone and doing this. Please don't judge, because I don't have a big mind to remember all of those little details and all. Okay, I know most people do, but that's just not me, man. But I will try my best to like not look and do it. But yeah, most of them I'm not looking, actually. I'm just reminding them and doing it my own. But sometimes I do need from help. I need to. Oh my god, I do need help from like the book. So I will be doing that also. So hope you guys don't mind. Sorry about that if I'm not looking at the camera much, but sorry. Okay, without further ado, let's start. The plane crash that happened in South Korea occurred on December 29th, 2024. It was almost New Year before the incident happened. Rest in peace to all of the members. And I'm sorry for all the families once again for losing their loved ones in this tragic incident. On December 26, 2024, Jeju Airline 2216, a Boeing 737-800, was scheduled to operate a flight from Bangkok, Thailand to Muan International Airport in South Korea. The flight departed from Bangkok on time and was beautiful until approaching Muan. The plane prepared to land. The pilot reported a bird strike. The pilot said, Mayday, Mayday, bird strike. After reporting the bird strike that damaged the landing gear, this promoted the crew to declare an emergency landing and attempt to land at Muan International Airport as emergency landing. The approach occurred at evening, conditions which added complexity to the situation. Now, this happened in nighttime, so the conditions were more complexity to the situation. Now, upon touchdown, the aircraft skipped off the runway and collided with an unapproached concrete structure located near in front of the runway. Impact caused the aircraft to break and burst into flames, resulting in the casualties 197 casualties. And like I said, miraculously, two survivors survived this. The two survivors were seated in the rear of the aircraft, which actually it just like took off from the aircraft, and then the rest of the aircraft did blow up in flames, but it was cut in half, not half, like the end was like gone, right? So the end was still there, and thank god two survivors did miraculously survive. Last time something like this happened was in 1997. And there you have it, number one complete, what happened from the beginning to the end. Okay, now the second one, theories. After the crash, multiple theories did happen of people people saying, they're saying that a bird crash, pilot error. It was many stuff, faulty airport infrastructures. You'll see. I'll tell you everything. And continuing on. Now the first one, which is the most it's the actual answer. I also believe in it, which is bird strike, because the before the crash did happen, the pilot did say himself, Mayday, Mayday, bird strike. But people are saying it was some are saying it's the pilot's fault. they think that it was something he did something wrong, and he just didn't want to get the blame for it, so he just told whatever he wanted. But I do not believe in that theory. I believe in, like I said, I believe in the first one, which is the bird strike. A lot of people do say that the it was the there was the infrastructure of the air, like the airport. Like they're saying it was the reason was, most people are saying it was the reason, because the reason that happened was the wall that was there, the concrete wall, which is, I would also say, true. If it was not there, I would say it would most probably go smoothly. But then it was because of that concrete wall, as we saw in that video. It was that concrete wall that which made the big which made the collision and burst in flames. Now, one more that the most, not most, like some people are talking about, was a sabotage or external interference, which means like a sabotage or an external interference with the plane or the airport systems. That's one of the theories which are not that popular, but it is a theory that they're saying. Another one is weather conditions and visibility. Some have pointed to the weather and visibility conditions at the timing of the landing, theorizing the infrastructure lightning or otherwise weather have occurred the pilot's view and the surroundings. So we, before the casualty did happen, there was a video of the engine number two, which is on the right side, getting like smoke was coming out of it in the video. Now, which I, like I said, bird strike or lightning. I would say bird strike because of the, like, they said themselves like there were bird nests like on two sides of the airport, like straight up left side and bottom right side of the airports. Like it was like most of the birds are there. So which I would also believe it was a bird strike. But more people, like not more people, but some people are saying it was the weather. Now we did see in the video before the crash happened, we saw that the before, like the engine 2, the one on the right side, caught up on some smoke. Now the one I told you before, which I believe in firmly, which is the bird strike that happened, because the nests are there of the birds of the top left side and the bottom right side of the airport. Some people are suggesting that it was lightning strike of bad weather, which I would say there would be a chance, but most of them believe, including me, believe that it was bird strike. That was the end of the second one, theories. Now we'll move to our last subject, survivors. Now the third one and the final one. The two survivors of the Jeju flight crash, uh, both of the flight attendants seated the rear of the aircraft, providing limited accounts due to their medical conditions. One survivor reportedly regained consciousness after being rescued and expressed confused, asking what happened. Apparently, he said that he cannot remember what happened. Now, the reason for their survival is because of their seats. They were seated where the plane was detached from the main aircraft and was holding on to a different place, which led to their survival. And thank God they did survive. As they recovered, investigations hope to gather more detailed testimonials to gain insights into the events leading up to the crash. However, as far as now, the statements have been minimal prior to their focus on recovery. Before the crash, the answer to that is 2,800 meters, which is like 9,000 feet. Now, why did the second one is why did the like the landing gear, why did it not go down? Some people suggest that the pilot was just in like a hurry and he completely forgot that there was something called landing gear. But and there is another theory with full engine power. He thought it would probably be safe, but then the wall was there and yeah. But the real reason is under investigation, and like I said, these are just theories, my theories, and like the ones I researched. But yeah, it's still under investigation of what actually happened. Now, what are the things they could have done, the airport and the pilot, to not like to not have this casualty like not have been done? And with that, the series has come to an end. Episode 1, the South Korean plane crash, is over. I'm your host, Amashi Mansa. Rest in peace to all the members who lost their lives. And I'll see you all in episode 2. Peace.